This is code.org. I'm currently working on their CS Discovery course. First, if you don't have this code stuff, you want to go back to part 2 and do that. If you don't understand it, watch my other tutorial. This is the code that I have. So this is the code that I'm going to be going off of in this part of the lesson. All right. That being said, let's get started. Random around point. Now that you can make the bee follow the mouse, let's make a bee fly around the mouse as shown in the picture. Oh yeah, you see it's kind of wiggling as we do that. And just to show you my code, I'm going to hit run. Fly, 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 bee, fly. And I want to point out, my bee does start in the center as the instructions asked. So if your bee isn't, go check out that other tutorial for the last section. So in order to do this, you need to add a random amount between -50 and 50 to the mouse X or mouse Y. A random amount. That's not going to be an amount we pick, I don't think. Let's see. Do this. You already have a bee sprite that follows the mouse. Check. Update the X and Y location to be randomly close to the mouse. Add a random number between -50 and 50 to the world.mouseX and world.mousey. If necessary, use the world.framerate block to slow down the animation and find the best frame rate. Challenge. Add 3 more bees that follow the mouse in the same direction in the same way to make a swarm. Ooh. Alright, so first, update the X and Y location to be randomly close to the mouse. So again, that's the code I have. Just quick refreshers. We created a variable named bee centered on screen. We set that animation to be the bee animation. We use a function draw, which is going to repeat our code over and over and over again. We set our background to white to change out, to blank the screen before drawing the new animation. We could have set this like they do, to blue maybe. Let's see what that looks like. Ooh, that's pretty blue. Do they have a light blue? That's better. That looks like theirs. And then we check if world mouse X and if world mouse Y. And that is because when we hit reset, it will center our bee up until the point of the mouse being over the screen. It says, is the mouse over the screen? If not, skip down. Is the mouse over the screen? If not, skip down. Draw the sprite, and that will draw it center. Okay, so now we want to use some random function. Let's see where that might be. Definitely not in variables. Random number. Aha. And we should have seen this before previously. Add a random number between -50 and 50 to the world mouse X, world mouse Y. I think we used random back in maybe lesson 5. So we want to add a random number to this. So let me read that one more time. World mouse X, world mouse Y. All right. So before we set bx to be equal to the world mouse X, then inside of here, I'm going to say, let's go ahead and set variables equal, right? And then I need to add addition sign. And what's going to go here? Well, it said set the world mouse X property. So I'm going to grab world mouse X and set it equal to world mouse X plus, and this is where our random number comes in. And let me just double check that they said, okay, maybe I need to shrink this a bit so we can see that. They said -50 and 50. So that means in here, I'm going to type in -50 and 50. And then I'm going to do the same thing down here for Y. Variable equals inside the if loop, because that way it's only going to happen if our mouse Y is changing. I want to set world mouse Y equal to math, addition, world mouse Y. So it's going to be equal to the previous world mouse Y, right? To what world mouse Y equals. But we want it equal to a random number. So we want to add -50 to 50, I believe. Let's hit run and test this out. I might be wrong. And the awesome thing about code is that's 100% okay. So we start out there and our B has disappeared. So I did something wrong. Oh, I wonder, what if I do, let me just double check how they worded this. Update the XY location to be randomly close to the mouse. Ah, so what if we do add it to world mouse X, but down here? Whoa, I'm going to hit Control Z and undo that. I'm getting rid of this. Go away. I'm now going to drag this down to that. I'm getting rid of this. Let's test it out. This, nope. Okay, let's give that a shot. Ba-da! Ooh, and it's moving pretty fast. Was theirs going that fast? Oh yeah, kind of going crazy. All right. If necessary, use the frame rate block to slow down the animation to find the best rate. Yeah, let's use the frame rate block. That sounds like a good suggestion. So that's under world, I believe. Frame rate. So let's control, nope, variable equals, and we're going to set that up at the top, at the very top actually. And world frame rate, and let's try equaling it to 15. I'm not really sure. Oh, that seems a bit better. Let's check their animation. Yeah, theirs might even be a lit slower. Might be 15. This is kind of... I like 15. All right, good. Or I like 10, I guess. Add 3 more bees that follow the mouse in the same way to make a swarm. Okay, so first off, this is what we have code-wise. I am going to do the challenge because I like a challenge. And the challenge was to add 3 more. So what we're going to do then is to draw 3 more bees is we need to create more variables. So I'm going to change this up. Let's hit reset to B1. Oops. B1. Ooh, that would be annoying though. Let's think about this. Is there a duplicate? So what I would do then is add another animation. Right, so I could create another variable B1, B2, B3, and rewrite all of this code. That seems like a ton of work for doing this. With how they worded it, we have fulfilled the requirements. I'm just messing around with the challenge. I could also, I think, add an animation like this. I could duplicate this so there would be 3 bees on the screen by changing the size and have all 3 follow the mouse. Let me just double check. If necessary, yes. Add 3 more bees that follow the mouse in the same way to make a swarm. Maybe they don't mean the animation route. Let's go ahead and, is there a duplicate? Duplicate. I'm going to leave that one as B. B2. B3. Did it say add 3 more? Add 3 more, yep. And then duplicate one more time and name this B4. Alright? This is going to be a whole lot of code. So now that I have the 4 Bs, I'm actually going to go the text route because I want to use copy paste. So I'm going to have all of this copy I'm going to hit enter. Paste. Paste. Oops. And that's twice. Paste 3 times. And this is going to be my 4th time. Okay. I am then going to add, we already have our variable b here. Okay. So this is going to be our b1. Change that to 1. b2 will start here. b3 will start here. b4 is going to be starting here. Great. And then I also am going to want to change this. Well, I'm going to want to change the numbers, and the animations. So that's going to be set to B. That can be, nope. We don't have a B1. Darn. Oh, no, we do. We have B, then we have B1, maybe? B2, B3, B4. Oh, got it. So B2, B3, B4. What did I do here? I don't think I need that because we have the original B. The B and then B2, then B3, then B4. Great. And so I want this set to be 4, this set to be 3, this set to be 2. Oops. Okay. Now I'm going to copy this part of the code where I change the location. Copy. And paste. And then I need to do that 2 more times. So I'm just going to copy and paste. And then I need to copy the Y. Copy and paste, copy and paste. Okay, now I need to change all this, and then I need to change the 200s up there. So bx, b2x, b3x, b4x, b2y, b3y, b4y. World.random, that should be fine. Assigned to our x, that should be fine as well. Draw, that looks good. So we need to change the 200. Let's see our grid. 200, 200 was the center. I'm going to have one then spawn at, I don't know, 300x, 100y. One will spawn at 300x, 300y. And then I'll have one spawn down here, although that will often be off the screen. Maybe I should have spawn. Nope, I'm going to do it down here, 100x, 300y. Okay, I am sure I have a bug in this. It is a lot of complicated code. Let's test it out. So far, so good. So the bees are a bit bunched up, but that does look like a swarm. I can look at changing some things if I really wanted to not have that occur. I could try using some math stuff. I could try adding to the random number or the bx, by. There's a bunch of different things that I could do to try to change that if I wasn't happy with it. All right, but it is fine for now. I think that's how a swarm looks. That's how the code is working. And we created a nice little swarm of bees. So let me show you the code that I got. And we will move on.